have another chicken recipe for you that's somewhat low carb, but it's absolutely delicious. I'm starting out with 3 chicken breasts, and these are rather thin. I did wash them, and I put them in a Ziploc bag, and we're just going to tenderize these. Once you're done tenderizing them, we're just going to put them in a bowl. You'll want to choose a bowl that has a lid to it. All you need is some Caribbean jerk. You'll get this at Kroger's, and you can use a different brand if you would like, but I do like the Kroger brands, and we're just going to use half a bottle. We are going to marinate this chicken, make sure you get it covered. And yes, I just contaminated my bottle, so I had to wash that, but that's okay. I did wash it. And go ahead and just coat these really well. We're going to put them in the fridge. I left them in there for about 2 or 3 hours, but you can let this marinate in the refrigerator all day. I always add a little bit more for good measure. Put a lid on it and put it in the fridge. And then after about 2 or 3 hours, I went ahead and I grabbed I think this was an 8 by 11, maybe it was a 7 by 11 casserole dish. And you're going to want to make sure to oil that first. Place your chicken in the casserole dish. And don't throw out that marinade. We're just going to pour that right on top. Tear off a sheet of aluminum foil, place it on top. We are going to bake this in the oven on 325 for 45 minutes. And if you don't have a glass dish, a glass bowl with a glass lid, you need to get one. This is such an easy way to prepare vegetables. I decided I wanted asparagus to go with this chicken. I thought that would be the perfect combination. If you're following along, we're just going to wash that asparagus. Just break the ends off, put them in your glass dish, and we're going to coat these with some garlic powder and just measure with love. That's what I did. And then we are going to top this with some Parmesan cheese. And again, just measure with love. And then we're just going to put the lid on this. You can put this in the microwave on your veggie setting. Just hit it once. And if you want it just a little more tender, then hit it twice. All you have to do is hit that veggie setting, or you can put it in the oven with your chicken. Okay, 45 minutes later, and voila, this is our chicken. You are going to have some moisture in your baking dish, but that's okay. This just makes the chicken that much more tender. And about halfway through baking this, you can take a spoon and just baste it, the chicken with the juice. That way your chicken stays tender. I didn't do that. You really don't have to with this Caribbean jerk. And when I'm finished, I went ahead and I put some more on top of it until I was ready to serve it. That way it just stayed moist. And this chicken melted in our mouths. It was so good. My husband loved it, and y'all, he's not a fan of pineapples. If you've been following me, you know that. But he ate this, and he really enjoyed this. It's just such a wonderful flavor. And there's my asparagus. We did have a few carbs. We baked a baked potato in my Instapot, which I love the baked potatoes in the Instapot. But we did half that baked potato, so we only had half a baked potato with minimal toppings. There were still carbs in this, but not as much as we've been eating. And after about 2 weeks of eating low-carb meals, this Southern girl is ready for some fried cornbread.